And welcome back to Jeff Koinange live at the poolside of the Intercontinental Hotel. Goodness gracious me. If you're just joining us right now and you haven't heard of the name Reverend Julian Kyula or Kyula, listen up. This man is the future. 39 years old, and not only is he a preacher at Purpose Center Church on Mombasa Road. I plan to come there one of these days. Something called mobile decisioning is also the future of the world, doing business over your mobile phone. Goodness. And all this made in Kenya. Did I mention he was a philanthropist as well? Giving, the gift of giving is in his nature, folks, and we've got to talk about that, because the other thing you're involved in, and I'll get to the agriculture we talked about before the break, but Shofco,
yes,
Joywo,
yes.
Let's start with Shofco, because Kennedy and Jessica, good friends, and
awesome
people doing awesome stuff in Kibera, and now Mathari.
We just launched a school last week. Beautiful, doing an amazing job. These guys, I have an absolute admiration for both of them.
And you're very involved, Julia. I mean, you're being very modest here, but you're very involved. You're there. You're investing in there, or you put money in there, because what they're trying to do is try and get locals to invest,
right?
Rather than they could easily get money from America.
Right.
They're friends with the Clintons. They're friends with you name them.
Right.
But they want locals to invest in.
I think it's wrong for all that to just come from outside, and so I sit on their board here, and we've been very deliberate about, through guidance of our chairman, David Lusa, we've been very clear that we've got to shift this mindset, and it just helps to also bridge this class divide, to help us understand, because a lot of people don't know how to help. They think we should just go give a shirt and give some bread or give some nice meal a day and then we're done. We have to look at a sustainable 20-30 year plan or program and see how do we make this work, and there's no better way than to find people that are already championing it in Kennedy and Jessica and the entire Shofco team, and they've done an absolutely amazing job.
Yeah.
I mean, they're attracting some of Kenya's amazing minds, and just the whole ecosystem. Jeff, you've seen it.
Yeah.
They were here. They talked about it. It's just phenomenal.
And I was in Kibera the other day too. I spent half a morning there. Yeah.
Those girls are brilliant.
Oh my God.
Did they ask you how much you make?
Yes. I walked into the classroom and they said, "Good morning, Mr. Jeff Koinange." And this little kid, 6-year-olds.
Can you imagine?
6-year-olds.
I say it's a private school inside Kibera that any wealthy person would take their child to a school like that.
And Julian, let's face it, they are the future, aren't they?
That is the future, and it's exciting to work with a group like that.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
And the same thing in Mathari now?
Same thing in Mathari now, and we plan to duplicate it in Mukuru and Jenga, in Kariobangi. We're going to do it everywhere, because if we start to bring in this entire ecosystem, responsibility comes in. No one throws stones at the school their children goes to.
Nobody.
Not with that level of education.
Correct.
Nobody starts to have people start to see hope. People start to see direction. People start to see a future. And if you give people a future and a hope, then people have something to live for.
And there's nothing as good as an education, Julian. Let's face it, man.
Nothing as good as an education.
You know what I'm saying?
With an amazing health clinic there, an amazing water system, able to measure with the cards, just phenomenal.
Sure.
Phenomenal, man. It's actually a world-class study. It should be studied.
Absolutely. At a university or somewhere.
Change the world. That stuff can change the world, I believe. Joywo. Oh, wow.
This is Rachel Ruto's...
Yes, Her Excellency's amazing vision with what she's doing with the women.
That's changing lives too.
Changing lives. They amazingly selected me to be the chairman of their trustee board. And I don't know why they chose a man. There's over 200,000 women. But, it's definitely humbling for them to have done that. But we are excited about what these women are doing, and being able to take that, innovate around it, figure out how do we make this scalable, sustainable, and how do we start taking this to greater heights. Very exciting stuff. They are hard-working women. And I love their story. So you find a woman that says, I started with nothing, I couldn't educate my children, but now I have 5 cows, I'm rearing eggs, I have a little garden, I trade, I sell, and now even my husband calls me mommy, and he never used to call me anything. Beautiful, man. Just phenomenal.
No. And this is the table banking, right? I mean,
table banking, but also inspiring, creating avenues for distribution. I'm amongst themselves, creating ecosystems. Everything you need is around the people around you. So you just need to create the ecosystem and create something that starts to grow and grow and grow. And they are doing a phenomenal job.
Can you imagine how much empowerment that does to people like that, especially in Mashinani?
They started with 6 million shillings. Last year they did pretty much over 450 million. This year, I don't know if they're gonna, just among them, and I'm not talking even just amongst them.
Yeah.
These are people that had been put aside, neglected, just maybe there's no, but now even people in the city, women in the city want to become a part of this great thing. And so I'm absolutely proud of what she's been able to achieve with that. Absolutely want to put every help we can. We're doing a lot of IT work for them as Mode, free of charge, and putting a lot of people into that to be able to just help them for it to become seamless over the phone.
Goodness, I don't know where you find the time. I'm going to ask you that in a while. But first, I asked you before the break about the agriculture.
Yeah.
You have seen this as well, and you're investing heavily in agriculture in this country, Julian.
Yep, absolutely. I'm a big believer. I've been telling them, they can tell you at church, I've been telling them for the last 5 years, invest in agriculture, go back to the farms, get some land, partner with somebody, get down on the ground. That's what I've been telling them. Get your hands dirty. There's no more free. We love free.
Yes.
Government owes us nothing, Jeff. Owes us nothing. Bible says, oh no man, nothing but love. Get back in the shamba. That's where the true secret of what's going to come is. I really believe that that is one of Africa's biggest secrets. Yes, there's oil. Yes, there's minerals. Yes, there's platinum. But a lot of the stuff we need is actually in the ground.
Yeah.
It's in the ground.
And you said out of the 400,000 acres available in the world, 250,000 are in Africa.
Arable for agriculture across the world. 250 million of those hectares are in Africa. So we must start preparing to feed the world. And if you study, I know very senior investment bankers in Nigeria that have gone back to the farm. They have sold their investment banks and gone to the farms because the current agriculture minister in Nigeria has just done an amazing, he was the Forbes Man of the Year.
Great guy.
Awesome.
Adeshina.
I
love him.
He's put people back and he's created the infrastructure, and that's what the governments just do, is they create infrastructure to enable us to then create the business and the market that way. We will create employment, sustainability, it's scalable, and there's one thing you're guaranteed that people are going to do even after the rapture. They're going to eat.
Even after?
Those who will be left.